Welcome to Great GREYS, your one-stop shop to finding winners from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Australia's premier greyhound form students, including Harry Buchanan from the Greyhound Insider, Joe Lanuti from Greyhounds HQ, Neil Brown previewing the Sandown action, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, and Simon Orchard with the latest in New South Wales chasing.
Good morning and welcome along to Great GREYS on this Thursday, the 30th of November 2023. Where has that year gone? It is absolutely disappearing at a quick old rate. Plenty of winners to be found over the next hour or so here on TAB Radio. Let's catch up with Harry Buchanan to see if he can't help us find a few winners. Welcome to you, Harry.
Yes, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners, and hopefully we can find a few winners because we can't find out how to work a phone at the moment. It's just not working for us this morning, Greatman.
Well, the main thing is we're hooked up. That's the main thing. All's well that ends well. That's the key here. The other really crazy thing happening on this Thursday morning is that we have had Sandown get underway crazy early this morning. There were already 5 races into their program. And, H, I don't want the punters to miss out here. So we've got races 6 through to 12 still to go. And you've got a couple of tips for us at Sandown, and they sort of take place in the next 25 minutes or so. So we'll get those out nice and early so our listeners, if they're looking to have a punt there at Sandown, can get them on and not miss out.
Yeah, absolutely, Shorty. Caught me by surprise too. I didn't actually know until this morning. It was a day meeting, but we are halfway through, and we're going to kick it off in race 6. That goes in about 8 minutes now. Number 2, Osana Bale, here, currently around $3.20 with Tab Touch. Good bet. This dog, I reckon, can hit top 2. She's going to need to with no third dividend, but she's won her only start off box 2, which is remarkable considering she's had 28 starts. But she's won 2 from 4 at the track. And more important, I just think she's raced better dogs than this, and she can run a bit of time as well. She should land really close here, and if she does do that, in that run of the first turn, she will certainly be there when they turn for home. Like I said, she can hit top 2 there. So kick it off there in 8 minutes with number 2, Osana Bale. Race 7, another dog out of box 2 here, Kyrie Bale. Actually, I'm not really sure how they pronounce this, Kyrie, something like that. But nevertheless, look, the form doesn't say back me, but if you just watch the replays, she was superb last week behind Urana Zoom. And prior to that, behind Campfire, she's tried to make really fast runs in the run to the first turn. And box 7 brought her undone behind Campfire. And again, last week, she just missed the start. It was too late by the time she got to that first turn. Here in box 2, I just think if she can step with them, she has a really nice turn of foot, really good record off box 2. She'll improve today, this dog. Round 550, another that has to hit top 2 there for us to play her each way with no third dividend. And then over to race 8. If this was at the Meadows, the 5 would be a living certainty running Dynasty, but it isn't, and she has only had the 1 start at Sandown. In saying that, it was a steady effort. It was about 6 starts ago, though. But you take a form line out through Mornet Express, Weblet Wolf, right back to Max Damage, Awesome Avenger. These dogs contested heats of the Melbourne Cup last week, and she has been absolutely competitive with them running places. She handles the track okay today, and I think she will. She's going to go really close, goes fast to the first turn. She doesn't even have to lead because she can stick on. She can come on from the back. Small field perfect. Like I said, small field here at Meadows should be a certainty, but being Sandown, a little bit of trepidation. I still think she can get the job done. Race 6, number 2, goes very shortly, about 6 minutes. Race 7, number 2, and race 8, number 5 at Sandown. Shorty?
627285 for the punters looking to get involved there at Sandown. And that meeting, punters, as we've touched on, is already closing in on the halfway point with the early start today there at Sandown. And people going, what's going on here? Well, we can tell you exactly what's going on. Of course, the standard Thursday night program has been transferred to Saturday night because it is Melbourne Cup and Bold Tree's final night, H, and it promises to be a spectacular evening of chase chasing there on Saturday night. Of course, worth noting as well, punters looking to get involved with the jackpots this weekend. Races 5, 6, 7 and 8 there at Sandown for the quaddie, carrying over there $313,000 into the pool. If you do not mind, punters, this is going to be one hell of a big quaddie on Saturday night.
Oh, certainly is, Shorty. That'll probably hit $500,000, surely. And should do too, because the quality of the races in those quaddie legs are superb. The Sir John Dillon Memorial kicks us off race 5. We have the Cup Night Stayers. That's race 6. Over to the Cup Night Sprint in race 7. And then the Bold Trease, race 8, rounds out the quaddie. Not sure why the Melbourne Cup doesn't make up a quaddie leg, but that's for another discussion for another day. Look, the Bold Trease, it's the first of the Group 1s there that has everybody's interest, even though those other races are Group 3 and listed. The two key races, of course, are the Bold Trease and the Melbourne Cup. Zohar Bale is drawn box 1. He is the favourite. Moraine Susie, drawn box 4, the second favourite. And to be quite frank and blunt, Shorty, I just don't think anything else can win. They really should fight this out. The ground Zohar Bale made up behind Val Policello last week, it was just enormous. He got beat 2.5. Dad said he had to have given it 15 up the back. He's made up a mountain of ground. He won't get that far back this time. He just got into a bit of trouble last week. I would prefer a few dogs lead him, and I do think they will. Untapped, Get Ready Dora can go quick. Richard Piper. I don't like him getting to the front too quick. If he can track up a few dogs here and come from middle stages and not be too far off them, I think he'll run over them. But Moraine Susie, she's just come of age lately. She's absolutely flying, this dog, and she was superb behind Richard Piper last week, coming from second last early. She stormed home, won by about a length and a half, went 41.69. That's lining up pretty well considering she did it from the back. So I just don't know that any of them can hold the rest out, Shorty. Zohar Bale, Moraine Susie really should fight that out onto the Melbourne Cup.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Apologies there, punters. Electric work from the team at Coffs Harbour. Only 6 minutes late there for the first of the day. Let's get back to our man Harry Buchanan and see if we can't get back to the Melbourne Cup final. Sandown on Saturday night promises to be a tremendous race, and of course, bit of WA flavour as well, with WA bred and owned chasers at the head of the market. Big Energy at $1.80. Outstanding last week for Jackie Greeno, humming around in a sizzling 28.91. And Buddy Manelli comes up with a perfect draw. It was outstanding in winning its heat in 29.44, is the beneficiary of a very friendly box draw for the final. H, over to you for your thoughts on the Group 1 Melbourne Cup final.
Yeah, superb final, Shorty. And as you said, Big Energy heads the market there, around that $1.80 mark there with Tab Touch. That's rock bottom for mine. Look, he's the best dog in the race. He's the fastest dog in the race. He went 4.97 to the mark last week, and that's electric. He doesn't always do that, though. He's a 5.03, 5.02 dog, to be fair. There's a couple of dogs in this that can also do that. Now, if he pounces on the lead, this is over, and they won't catch him. It's as simple as that. But the dog inside him, Max Damage, is a very good beginner who has a really good turn of foot. And outside of Big Energy, Aussie Rocks, Idolise are both also very good early splitters. He's going to have to be on silent box rise, Big Energy. And if he is, as I said, he will go to the front and he will lead all the way. And in saying that, the dog has shown that he doesn't have to find the arm either. He can just get up there and probably sit outside or just behind one of these dogs and get over them late. In saying that, though, they do go quick, a few of these to the first turn. Buddy Manelli, box 1. We took the 41s about him last week, and we also took the 251s about Fabsy Vegetable in box 2 there. Look, they need luck, both of them. Buddy Manelli, he can win the race. If something does go not right for Big Energy to the first turn, he actually has a really good draw, and he showed that last week off box 1 when he drove home to beat Dundee Smoky. In saying that, he was a good half a second off Big Energy in the overall run. But things can happen at that first turn that can, knock half a second off a race just like that. So if he can hold his position, he can certainly run a place. Now, if there's trouble here, Shorty, there's really only one dog, maybe two if you count Make No Promise, that can descend from the back, and that's old mate Fabsy. He's got a good draw here. Now, even if he ran a place at $67 that we snapped up last week, that would do. But if there is trouble in this race, the dog showed last week that he can come from last in a good field. He can get home over the top of them. He's racing really well at the moment. I think it's important in a big final like this that dogs have a really good string of form. Confidence needs to be high, and he certainly has that. So it's not ideal setup for him. He is going to get buried back here with all the early speed out wide, but we'll stick with our early plays and cheer the 1 and the 2 home. For all intents and purposes, Big Energy should get the job done, though, Shorty, if he does everything right. In saying that, as I had mentioned, if he doesn't, the 2 and the 8, I'm going to keep a little watch on the 8, make no promise. I think he's a bit of a smoky, but it's a great race. Looking forward to it. And if you do like something in the Melbourne Cup, don't be afraid to back it. They will give you a sight.
Indeed. So the thoughts for Harry Buchanan on the Group 1 Melbourne Cup along with the Bold Trees. And Harry, along with Ethan Christian, will be doing a in-depth race-by-race preview of the Sandown program. That will drop on Saturday morning. If you're looking to have a punt on that card, make sure you tune in Saturday morning. It'll be across all of our social media channels and be a great guide to making a few bucks on Melbourne Cup final night. Harry, interesting program tonight as well at Mandurah. Anybody that missed Coast to Coast yesterday can tune into that program. We do go through and detail and have a look at our very best bets on the card. Harry, your best for tonight there at Mandurah, though, are?
Race 4, number 8, Dozer Can Browse. Tried the lead last week, just had one beaten in the first turn. Box 8's okay here. I know it's not her best box, but I don't mind it out wide off this 300-metre start. I think she can sweep around here and go to the front. Race 6, number 1, West on Whistle, drops back to the 300. If she shows the same early split that she showed last week from 2 starts ago behind Robotnik off box 2, she'll lead all the way here, around 650. And she's been backed in from $10 already, and it's only just opened, so good support for her. And just one at odds here. Race 8, number 7, Summer of Love. Been playing around with the distances a little bit, and she stuck on okay last week over an unsuitable 400 behind Red Shell. I just think that you step up to 488 is much better. It's a tough race, but she'll be out in the middle of the track where she wants to be. She's really well drawn off the track. She'll hit the line well and could run a nice race for us at each way prices. Race 4, number 8. Race 6, number 1. Race 8, number 7 at Mandurah this evening, Shorty.
Alrighty, 486187 for Harry tonight there at Mandurah. That is our segment done and dusted for this week, the kick-off Great Greys. Harry, appreciate your patience while we waited for the team there at Coffs. All the very best. Look forward to teaming up with you tomorrow afternoon for the mail collection. That'll drop from 4:30 tomorrow afternoon across all of our social media platforms. Until then, many winners.
Thank you, mate. Talk soon.
There we have it. Harry Buchanan here on Great Greys to kick off proceedings. Maddie, we might throw back to you for the dividends from race number 1 there at Coffs Harbour.
Taken out by Velvet Haze at $2.10, $1.04. Dark Euro $2.10, ahead of his time $2.90. $4.70 Quadella, $8.90 Exacta, $40.60 Trifecta. 8412, first 4 numbers, 149.20 the dib, with 8 the sub, scratching late of 9 and standing by for weight or otherwise on the first. With the opener at Geelong coming up in 6, 210 Kenty number 1, 8 Wanted Rebel 5, 9 Authorian Princess at 6 and 2 Mystery Deal at 9 for the first leg of the quaddie with 34 grand in and 10:30 to start.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
Time to catch up with Jaycin Campbell now. Up there at Albion Park, some good chasing tonight, and then down in Tassie as well. He's found us a couple to play with tonight. Welcome to you, Jace. How do we find you on this Thursday?
Yeah, good, Shorty. How are you, mate?
Going beautifully, thank you. And looking forward to backing a few winners tonight. We head up to Albion Park for the busy program there, and we're looking to get involved nice and early.
Yeah, good program at Albion Park. 2 feature races. Race 8, the Queensland Flame Final, $60,000 to the winner. So that'll be nice, just with Christmas around the corner, and support race, race.
Jace, might just get you to move around a little bit. We're having some issues there with your line this morning. It's very Dalek-ish. We're going a bit Doctor Who on the listeners this morning. Might get you to just flip to hopefully a better part of your office there at the moment. We're looking to get involved, though, tonight, Albion Park in the first. Hopefully it's a bit better, the line now. Who are you going to kick us off with?
Yeah, kicking off with 2 Royal Warren. He returns from a 6-week little break. He's won 2 from his 5 races, both over the 400 metres. Yet to win at the 520, however, has shown really good box speed on all his in all those 3 races. I think you'll find the front here very easily. And from there, it's just a matter of what gets on his back pretty much. But there's nothing in this race that has a really big booming finish. So I think he can get away with it in race 1, number 2, Royal Warren.
All right, race 1, number 2, Royal Warren. Then we move to race 4.
Yeah, race 4. Happy to play the 2 here, Swish, who has been subject to heavy betting move this morning, $11 into $5. Returns back from the 600 metres, where he finished last week in the 5th grade final behind cashing in. Prior to that up, it was just run down by Jewel B. I think getting back to the 500 metres will suit. I'll have good statistics out of box 2, 8 starts for a win and 4 placings. And I really like this up here. The 1 is a known slow box dog, and the 3 and the 4 both want to use the track. So I think Swish can find a prominent position on that first turn, and with those 600-metre runs under her belt now, she should be very strong in the finish.
All right, and moving on to the 30, plays your best bet, and it's one of the stars of Queensland racing.
Yeah, feature race here, $60,000 to the winner. Be a nice Christmas present, not that they already need one. Jay's Connections. Number 2, Jay's Jay, currently $1.80. I think it'd be very hard to beat here. Does return to Albion Park for the first time since taking out that $1 million chase in October. Just draws too well here to sort of be against him. You've got Bears Ball in box 1, who's the likely speed in this race. I think he's got to get a lovely cart into that first turn. Inconspicuous and Jen's Joy, both 2 very talented youngsters to keep your eye out on over the next coming months and hopefully years in Queensland. However, they just lack a bit of speed at box rides, so I think Jay's Jay should be able to really comfortably get outside Bears Bullet here and prove very hard to hold out.
Fair enough too. Race 8, number 2, best bet, Jay is Jay. And race number 10 for the final play tonight at Albion Park.
Yeah, going with another one of the Tommy Savalas runners here, looks a bit of value. Number 3, Saleri. She was heavily supported last week. I think she was about $5 into $3. She had box 1. She flopped out on that occasion, gave herself no chance at box rides. However, she really zoomed into that first turn, looking like she had something to offer, but just got caught behind backsides throughout. I think this map for her suits her, even if she does flop out here. You've got Princess Penny and Van Helsing in boxes 1 and 2 inside her, who both have really good box speed. I think she can land right on their back here and posse up 3rd or 4th, and she is quite strong to finish, being out of Superior Panama. So race 10, number 3, Saleri.
Race 10, number 3, Saleri to go with 8, 2, Jay's Jay the best. Race 4, number 2, Swish, and race 1, number 2, Royal Warren. Down to Hobart for a couple of plays.
Yeah, big night at Hobart also. Hobart 1000 isn't too far away. I think it's next week the heats are, so there's a lot of Victorians coming down for the little raids. Got to kick off in race 6. Playing the reserve rug here, Thor Danger, jumping from box 2 just for a place, Shorty. This dog does not like to win races, but he likes to place in races. So I think he's a fair enough price tonight. You're getting about that $1.65 to $1.70. Depends where you shop. And I think he's run 3 starts to go behind Rojo Diamond. He runs second in open company. Only got beat 3 lengths by Rojo, who's probably the best dog, one of the faster dogs in Tasmania currently. Just draws really well here. Finlock Cash drops back from the 600 here. I think Thor Danger can cross that, find the rails, and probably run another second here, Shorty.
All right, so we'll lock in Thor Danger for another silver medal around the neck. 38 starts, 4 wins, 10 seconds, 10 thirds. Tells you all you need to know about Thor. And we move down to race number 10.
Yeah, it's not many Hulk smashes in Thor's lockout. Race
Certainly
10.
Not.
Number 6 here, April Cruiser for me. She hasn't won in her last 5 starts. However, she has stepped back up to 4th and 5th grade company. Her last win, was in Masters company. It was her only start in Masters company. Despite losing those races, she's still been able to lid ping. She just hasn't been able to match those dogs, potentially at her age, or just not wanting to go on with it, Shorty, when she doesn't find the front. Should be able to find the front here very, very easily. She's pretty much beaten up, I'd say, 75% of this field in that Masters race, where she won by 3.5 lengths. So I think the even money is really good, and the wide box definitely suits her. She does like to use the track. So she will be a bit tired late, so there might be a few little nerves there if she likes to run off the track, but I think she'll be very hard to run down, and she should have a really big lead.
Excellent. So in recap, Jaycin Campbell tonight, Albion Park 1-2, 4-2, 8-2, the BB 10-3, and then Hobart race 6, number 9, the place only, and race 10, number 6, April Cruiser. Beautifully done, Jace. Appreciate your time as always here on GREYS. Many winners both at Albion Park as well as Hobart there tonight. Go get it, mate.
Thank you, Shorty.
You are tuned into Shorty and the team on Great Greys.
We've just had a few small issues with the desk this morning with the call, but I'm pretty sure we've got Neil Brown now online to have a look at this big program Saturday night there at Sandown. It is going to be absolutely first class, and as we touched on earlier, we've got that lovely big quaddie carryover races 5, 6, 7 and 8 for the punters to get involved with. But let's catch up with Neil now, see if we can't nail this quaddie on Saturday night. Welcome to you, Brownie.
How you going, David? Yes, looking forward to Saturday night. It's always a big night, cup night. Plenty of good support card, plenty of group races in support, and of course the Bold Choice of Group 1 level as well over the distance. So every greyhound catered for there on Saturday night.
Most definitely is. Let's get your thoughts. We'll go through the numbers for the early quaddie, races 1 through to 4.
Yeah, I in the first race, restricted win race here over the 5:15, I've gone 2, 1 and 3. So to Frank looks the greyhound to beat, nicely drawn in 2. Race number 2, here a mixed stake for the 4th and 5th graders over the 5:15. Thought this was pretty difficult. I'm tipping 3, 2, 1 and 5. Just got Rocket Bale on top again from a reasonably good inside draw there, but had a bit of odds. Race number 3, here I'm tipping 6, 2 and 4 to maiden final here over the 5:15. They've qualified over the last couple of weeks for Punga Reward. He gets out of his ground and he's been an enormous couple of runs, but he looks the best greyhound in. I think he can do it again. 6, 2 and 4 for us there. And coming home in the provincial plate final, Group 3 level over the 5:15, I thought Common Step off box number 1 looked a greyhound to beat. Probably start favoured, and I do like it. I think it can win, and I'm taking 7 and 3 in the quaddie as well. So we'll to make it 1-7-3 to come home in that early quad. That takes us to the Sir John Dillon Memorial, which is the first leg of the main quad with that carryover jackpot. Group 3 level, it's a terrific race, very hard to go past. Hector Frawley's in wonderful form. I think everybody on course thought he'd won the race last week. He was a giant run coming from well back in the field. Got a wonderful record here, 7 from 8, and hard to tip against him. But there is some good, solid field, some chances. Victor Damien, first time we've seen him up over 5.95. He's just fallen out of boxes his couple of starts at Sandown, so he'll need to begin a little bit better to be in touch with these. I think he's a chance. And the 3 I'm going to throw in, Professor Snitch, she's having her first start over the 5.95 and looks suited to the distance as well. Probably make a case for the 1, but I'm going to just take 7, 4 and 3 and think Hector in very, very good form will be hard to beat in race number 5, the first leg of the quaddie. Race 6, this is the Cup Night Stayers, listed race here over the 7:15. Very good field. I've finished up going for Pearly Tears. I'm going to give her some excuses for last week. It was most out of her character. She's been in super form and just couldn't get into the race at all last week. So we'll give her that run off, and I'm going to tip her back on top to beat Zipping Kansas. Very well performed greyhound from box 1, the New South Wales chaser. Very versatile greyhound with a lot of ability. And I'm going to take number 3 as well, Rip and Grace. I thought she was some sort of chance. She's been performing well in a nice win at the Meadows a couple of starts ago. So I think she's a chance in this race as well. So 6, 1 and 3 in the second leg of the quaddie. Race number 7, pretty tough race this. This is the Cup Night Sprint. Plenty of chances here at Group 3 level. I made it 8, 4, 2 and 1. I'm going to go for the 8. Here comes Millie. I thought, she didn't have much luck last week in the run, and she led early and got knocked around a couple of times going around the first turn. I think she's got the most early pace in the race, and I think she can lead from the 8. And I'm not overly fond of the 8, as you know, of recent times. But it is a good, solid race. We've got quite a few chances. I've got her on top to beat the 4, Crackerjack Bull. good couple of wins in a row before not having any luck at all. He come out ordinary last week and sort of stayed midfield, but I think he's a chance here. And the two on the inside have both got chances. Fred Rose always charging home, and the red runner Navarino with a little bit of luck in running. Again, a greyhound that gets back in the field a bit is a chance. So 8, 4, 2 and 1 in a pretty, a race of plenty of chances there in race number 7. The Bold Truths final is the last leg of the quaddie over the 7:15 time-honoured event here at Sandown Park on Melbourne Cup night. I think it's an open race, plenty of chances here. I made it 1, 4, 3 and 8. I'm really keen about Zohar Bale. It's a giant run last week. He was right out of his ground. He flew home and just couldn't make up the leeway coming around the home turn. He's a high-quality greyhound. He's won here in 41.40. He's got 3 wins on the track, and I think he's the greyhound to beat. But, by gee, there is plenty of chances. Meringue Susie's in fantastic... Moray Susie is in fantastic form. She's won the Top Gun Stayers at the Meadows and was a terrific run last week. Run down Ritzer Piper, high-quality greyhound. I think she's a definite chance. The 3, probably having her last start untapped. She's got a wonderful record. Been in 10 Group 1 finals, races well here at Sandown. Solid performance last week. She'll be there again, no doubt. And I thought the other runner with a chance is the 8. Ritzer Piper can find the lead and can probably find the lead again on Saturday night. So I'm giving her a chance. She's been in super form over a couple of months now, racing very well the New South Wales Chase. So 1, 4, 3 and 8. So a very big night of racing, David, and that will probably take us through to the Melbourne Cup in race number 10. And, it's probably an interesting race. I mean, all the rage he is, big energy, and he deserves to be that. Is there a little hint about box 4 being a problem? He's come out of it 3 times at Sandown and won once and didn't perform at all early on in his career when he came over from the West. When he drew box number 4, he missed the start a couple of times. He's just in super form. I don't think there's a lot of pace around him to really give him any problem about being up with the leaders. And I just think he wins, David, and he is at the short quote of $1.80. But he is just racing in superb form, and he's in the Greeno kennel, and nobody produces greyhounds for big races better than Callan Jackie Greeno. I think he beats Buddy Manelli, the Western Australian sprinter, nicely drawn in red. That's where he wants to be. And I think Idolise can run a race. She's got that early speed. She's the quickest of that outside brigade, and I think she can run a race too. It'll be a phenomenal story after having a litter of pups to come back in to a Melbourne Cup and win. But big energy for mine, David, and I think he can add the Melbourne Cup to the mantelpiece for the Greenos, and it is one race they haven't been able to win, so they've got a really good chance on Saturday night. But terrific card of racing. I thought of the better bets on the card at round about the odds we like, Mapunga Reward looking at about 2.15 at the moment in race 3, and in race 4 I thought it around the 2.35 mark on top, Common Step. So good luck and good punting on what's a huge night of racing at Sandown Saturday night, David.
Love it. Love the way you're thinking too, Brownie. Quinella for the WA bred and owned chasers in this year's Melbourne Cup final. It's like the Perth Cup. All the WA dogs coming over and taking charge. Sates to Neil was very good there last week as well, and it's a wonderful sign for WA chasing at the moment. It doesn't matter where our dogs are going, they're measuring up very nicely against the best in the land. Appreciate your time as always, Neil, to yourself and all of the committee there on Saturday night. It promises to be one of the great nights on the chasing calendar as always. We wish you all the very best.
Good on you, David. Talk to you next week, mate.
There we have it. Neil Brown joining us this morning here on Great Greys, where it's now 14 minutes away from 11. We're a little behind the clock with all that stuff going on there at Coffs Harbour earlier on in the program. So we're on the blocks for the last 13 minutes of the program for today. We'll have a chat to Sean Matheson and talk all things South Australian greyhound racing on this Thursday morning here on Great Greys. We'll have to be a bit of a turbocharged edition, though. We've got the next race for broadcast, a second from Coffs Harbour in some 3 minutes' time. Welcome to you, Sean. Nice to be catching up with you as always. Let's get straight into your tips tonight there at Angle Park.
Yeah, no worries. We'll race through them for the listeners. So tonight, race 1, number 6, Could Be King for the Ben Rawlings teams, the first of the best bets tonight. I just think he gets a nice run here, David. The favourites off the 1 will cop a little bit of pressure from the 2. There's not and the 4, Springvale Maddie's drawn to the inside of Could Be King, comes out running. So I just think Could Be King just gets into the race nicely, and he showed his last couple of starts that he's getting back to somewhere near his absolute best. So at around the 2:35, he'd be the first of the specials. The second of my best bets tonight comes up in race 8, number 1, Whiskey Soda for Steve Coates. This dog has drawn perfectly for her. She was a really good run last start when she ran third at Angle Park when she burrowed up along the rails. She's won 5 and placed on 6 occasions from the red box, so she just loves the inside. She'll come out certainly better than last week, I assume, because she has drawn the inside. She was a winner 2 starts ago in 30.69. She runs anywhere near that time. She will be winning race 8 tonight. And a bit of an each-way play for the listeners, David. In the last, race 12, number 5, Miss Free Rain. She's quoted at $19. She's the outsider of the 6-dog field. This is a Masters event. She comes into the race off the back of 2 placings over the 6:43 at Gawler. Just think if she can land, second or third in the 1 wide line, which is sort of where she wants to be, she can use a bit of that strength and run a bit of a race at the $19. So hopefully she gets over the line in the last for us.
Beautiful. We've got Gawler chasing on Friday and also Murray Bridge on Sunday. Anything there?
So Gawler on Friday, race 10, number 7, Night Falcon. Should have enough speed here to lead this race. Looks a 2-dog race between it and the 5 Tintillo. I think Night Falcon leads, probably around that even money quote, gets back into the winners list after a number of placings for Rob Harness. I think Rob can have a bit of a big weekend because at Murray Bridge on Sunday night, the features there are the Derby heats and the Oaks heats. And I like race 6, number 7, Victory Club in the first heat of the Derby for Rob Harness. Has won 2 of 3 from box 7, does have good speed. And I really like the way this greyhound ran second last week behind Zoe Rose, who's a really good Metropolitan dog at Gawler. Hung on really strongly over the 5:31. So the 4:55, drawn a bit wide, should put himself right up on speed and be hard to beat.
Love it. Gawler, race 10, number 7, Night Falcon, Murray Bridge, race 6, number 7, Victory Club. Sean, appreciate your time as always. Thanks for being so swift today. Apologies to have to rush you. I'm sure we'll have more time next week. Until then, many winners.
Terrific, David. Talk then.
This is GREYS on Tab Radio. Go, you good thing.
No Simon Orchard this week. He is otherwise engaged with his staff Chrissy party, so we'll let him enjoy that. Not stacks going on there at the moment, so that'll no doubt crank up in the weeks to come. We'll have Simon back on board, but we have got the great man, the Shane Train Williams, to join us and round out the program on this Thursday morning. Welcome to you, Train.
Yeah, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. Looking forward to getting stuck into this weekend's racing, mate.
Most definitely, yeah. Got some very good chasing up our sleeve to look forward to here locally. We'll kick things off tonight down there at Mandurah. Who are you keen on?
Yeah, keen on, we'll kick it off race 5, number 2 tonight, Shorty, Denny Heffernan. This is a dog that trained by Lewis Clay. He had 1 run back and he got the cash there from box 6. I think he goes into box 2, which is better suited there tonight, Shorty. And I noticed the prices have just gone up and he's been off the charts there. So we'll kick it off there, race 5, number 2, Denny Heffernan. And then we'll go over to race 7, number 5, Watch Me, dog trained by Sean Kavanagh. Had his first look at Mandurah last week, or the new Mandurah circuit anyway, and he led all the way in 17.06. And I'm tipping that's pretty nippy, Shorty, over that 300. I don't think I've seen much quicker than that. So they'll be the 2 I'm going with tonight, mate, 5, 2 and 7-5.
All righty, 5, 2, 7, 5. Friday night there at Mandurah.
Yeah, Friday night at Mandurah, Shorty, go to the middle of the program, kick it off race 6, number 2, No Limit Needed. Just think it's a big drop in grade for this dog. He's been racing in city class races, harder races. Did have a bit of a freshen up, had 1 run back last week and had no luck, and I think he gets the box draw advantage here and a bit of an easy assignment for him there, Shorty. And the kennel's in good form as we've seen him win the Mandurah Cup last week. So, yeah, No Limit Needed. We'll kick it off to us there, and then we'll go over to race 7, number 8, a little bit twisted. This dog's got a really good turn of foot, as you know, Shorty. He's perfectly housed out in the 8, and I think you'll give him some tomorrow night. A little bit twisted, trained by Dave Hobby. He's got that really good turn of foot when he hits the mat. So, they're my two for Friday, 6, 2 and 7, 8.
6, 2, 7, 8 Friday night, Mandurah. We switched the focus back to headquarters on Saturday night there at Kennington.
Yeah, good card. Don't mind the card Saturday night, Shorty. We tipped West on Nugget last week, race 3, number 2. Its run was massive, Shorty. Missed a kick, circled the whole field and just got pipped by the stable, mate. Luckily we saved on that Quinella there, but I think dropping back from 3-4 to grade 5, Shorty, I think it'll be very hard to beat West on Nugget. And I think he's going to be a handy stayer the more 700s he gets under his belt. So race 3, number 2, West on Nugget. And then we'll go with one coming out of the Mandurah Cup, Shorty, race 6, number 6, Nangar Bubbles. Just got the speed here to lead all the way and really like the job Sean's been doing with this bitch. So 3, 2 and 6, 6 on Saturday night.
3, 2, 6, 6. What about from the kennel? Anything there for the punters to watch out for over the next couple of nights?
Yeah, don't mind one tonight, Shorty. Race 10, number 5, Speedy Genie. She's in a losing sequence race. She has got a fair share of ability, and last week was her first look at Mandurah, so I'm expecting big improvement tonight from her. So race 10, number 5. And tomorrow night, similar sort of theme there, Shorty. Race 3, number 4, Little Lorelei. She won at Kennington in 30.06 and then elected to drop her back to 400. She was having the first look at Mandurah there, and I thought she really hit the line good. She got her back legs taken from under her around the turn and probably cost her a couple of lengths. So I think them two will be hard to beat out of my team this weekend, Shorty.
Like it for the kennel this weekend. Race 10, number 5 tonight. Speedy Genie. Race 3, number 4, Little Lorelei, Friday night there at Mandurah. Beautifully done, Shane. Any other points of note for this week? Obviously very exciting to see a couple of the WA bred and owned dogs going around as the top two in the market for the Group 1 Melbourne Cup there at Sandown on Saturday night. Yeah,
100%, Shorty. I'll actually be cheering for both the WA dogs, but probably a little bit slight leaning to Buddy Manelli, as I have the sister to her, Shorty, Stevie Manelli. So she'd be worth quite a bit if Buddy can win the Melbourne Cup. Also, Shorty, just quickly wanted to touch on the effort that Grant and Alana have done with Keshi. She's off to the paddock now, so they've done a really good job, and the whole team there, we've had a good prep with her, so much appreciated. And just also, Shorty, a big thanks to Sarah and her team out there at Tub Touch. I was in the 1-900 bar on Saturday for Railway Stakes Day, and I had the pleasure to be spending the day with Group 1 winning rangeman Trent Wheeler. So it was a real good day, Shorty, and Sarah does a fantastic job, so I can't thank her enough, and all her staff. And we even got some late-night dulcet tones of the G-Train there as well, Shorty. It was a great day.
Well, it was going well till the last little bit there anyway, Train, so tremendous to have you on board. Thank you for your support as always on this program, and indeed with everything we do here when it comes to promoting chasing in this state. Much appreciated. Good luck with all of your runners over the next few days, and thanks for joining us here on Great Grace.
Yeah, thanks, great man, and good luck to the punters out there.
Beautifully done. There we have it. The Shane Train Williams joining us to round out Great Greys on this Thursday morning. Just quickly, don't mind the card tonight there at Mandurah. Race 2, number 1, Coda Herrera. Race 5, number 2, Danny Heffernan. Race 9, number 3, Good Odds Amy. And race 10, number 1, Sequential. And we'll take the 1 and 5 Quinella there as well. So tonight, Mandurah, if you're looking to play 2-1, race 5, number 2, race 9, number 3, and race 10, number 1 with a 1 and 5 Quinella. That brings to a close Great Grays for this Thursday morning. Thanks as always for your company.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.